I think these are all worthy nominees, but I think there's going to be another consolation prize here. This is the consolation prize for The Killing Fields.
When I saw The Karate Kid, I said, Pat Morita has got to win it. Then later on, I saw The Killing Fields, and I said, Hang Nor, who went through the same things in Cambodia that Dith Pran did, he's going to win it. Yes, and I think he really belongs in the Best Actor category, but I think they just got to give it to him. It's almost inescapable.
I think he's going to win for the things that he suffered in his real life.
Absolutely.
As much as for the performance he gives.
And it'll be wonderful. Well, no performance by an actress really stands out as an overwhelming favorite this year. For instance, Judy Davis, in what was really more a supporting role, was adequate, but I think unspectacular as the woman crying rape in A Passage to India. Jessica Lange was the determined farm wife in Country, one of 3 so-called Dust Bowl movies last year. Vanessa Redgrave can't possibly win, since her movie, The Bostonians, was seen by almost no one. Sissy Spacek, a former winner for Coal Miner's Daughter, is a nominee for playing the courageous farm mother in The River. And Sally Field, a former winner for Norma Ray, and a likely winner here for Places in the Heart, was yet another courageous farm mother. Hers was the best of the 3 Dust Bowl movies. It opened first and had the widest audience, and her performance set the standard for Lange and Spacek.
You cannot begin to get that cotton picked on.
Why? Why? Moses has said that it's ready.
Well, Moses has always said...
Oh, okay, ma'am. I did say the cotton come in a touch early hereabouts. But in a couple, 3 days, the pickers from down south are going to get up as far as this county, and they can go through a field of cotton quicker than you can say Jack Robinson.
Fine, then we'll start right now.
Well, you got 30 acres to pick.
Frank and Possum can help.
Well, that's not going to be nearly enough.
Then I'll pick 24 hours
ma'am,
a
did you ever
day.
pick cotton before? After about an hour, the hulls start to cut in your fingers. Then by noon, both your hands
Moses,
are bleeding. And later on, your fingers start to swell. And after a little more time, there ain't no feeling left in your hands whatsoever. And I ain't even speaking about what it does to your knees. And I ain't even talking about what it does to your back. Now, we can't do it. Now, get that through your head once and for all. We can't do it. Now, you best stop thinking about it before you end up killing yourself.
Now, you listen to me. If we lose this place, then you're going back to begging for every single meal. And Mr. Will, they're going to put you in the state home. And I'm going to lose what's left of my family. I'm not going to let that happen. I don't care what it takes. I don't care if it kills me. I don't care if it kills you. I'm not going to give up. And if the 2 of you do, you can go straight to hell.
She was marvelous, but there are almost no surprises in this category. 3 movies, all alike, all good performances. So, nevertheless, I think she's going to win for the reasons I said, because the movie towers over the other 2.
Are you ready for another consolation prize?
Oh, my goodness.
I think this is going to... I think Sally Field, I agree with you. I think she's going to win. I think this is the consolation prize for Places in the Heart.
Absolutely.
Well, now we're going to peek into the envelope for Best Actor. And it always seems, and this year isn't an exception, but it always seems that the showiest, the biggest performances are the ones that get the nominations. The only small performance here is Sam Waterston's in The Killing Fields. Anyway, the nominees are Jeff Bridges for Starman, where he played a kind of sophisticated version of Mork. Albert Finney as a drunken, self-destructive ex-diplomat in Under the Volcano. Thomas Holtz, formerly of Animal House, who played the young genius Mozart in Amadeus. And Sam Waterston is the conscience-stricken reporter who has to leave his friend behind in The Killing Fields. But my guess is that the winner will be F. Murray Abraham as Mozart's rival in Amadeus.
These were first and only drafts of music. But they showed no corrections of any kind. Not one. He had simply written down music already finished in his head. Page after page of it, as if he were just taking dictation. And music, finished as no music is ever finished. Displace one note, and there would be diminishment. Displace one phrase, and the structure would fall. It was clear to me. That sound I had heard in the Archbishop's palace had been no accident. Here again was the very voice of God. I was staring through the cage of those meticulous ink strokes at an absolute beauty.
I think Abraham's real competition here is Finney, but Abraham gives a real showy performance, which the Academy loves, and he's got the strength of the picture going for him, Amadeus.
Well, Neil, as far as choices with you in this category, I disagree, because I think Sam Waterston may well win for The Killing Fields. That's right. His only competition should indeed come from Albert Finney. I agree with you there, simply because Finney's long overdue. The Killing Fields, though far and away the best film of last year, won't win in that category, I suspect, so I think Waterston should win it for the movie.
I was over at the American Embassy yesterday. Good news? No, not good news. They say that when this place goes up, they think that a lot of people are going to get killed. A lot of people. All right, I've arranged for the evacuation of you and your family. So now it's up to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to stay or do you want to leave?
And how about you?
That's none of your business. Do you want to stay or do you want to leave?
I know. You love my family, Sidney. But me, I'm reporter too, Sidney. You know what I mean?
All right, we don't have to decide this now. We don't have to decide it right now. Take it easy.
It's ironic. In disagreeing with you in my choice here, I am agreeing with your consolation theory. I don't think the movie will win.
Oh,
but
so
I
you're
think,
buying that now.
That's right. For this movie only, I think Sam Waterston will win in this category.
Yeah, I look at these 5 nominees, and I look at the guys who should have been nominated who weren't. Robin Williams for Moscow on the
Jack
Hudson.
Lemmon.
Jack Lemmon for Mass Appeal. Robert Redford for The Natural. They should be up there. I don't think any of these 5 performances are as good as those 3.
Even Eddie Murphy for Beverly Hills Cop. Well, on to the next category, Neil. For Best Director, nearly all the nominees are deserving.
That's a rarity.
Milos Forman has One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and he's the nominee for Amadeus. Woody Allen has one for Annie Hall, but his film this year, Broadway Danny Rose, didn't reach a wide audience, so I'm afraid his nomination is as far as he'll go. Roland Joffé, the director of The Killing Fields, turned in a stunning feature directorial debut, but he's still not yet a known quantity with a large body of work. Robert Benton, meanwhile, is a previous winner for Kramer vs. Kramer, but his movie this year, Places in the Heart, was only one of 3 almost interchangeable farm movies. No, I think Sir David Lean, who's won for Bridge on the River Kwai and Lawrence of Arabia, is the sentimental favorite for A Passage to India, because it's just the type of noble, sweeping epic Hollywood loves to honor, as you'll see here.
Hello, Mother. Where's Adela?
Here.
I can't believe it.
Neil, it's got all the markings. You know, he's English. It's the first film in 14 years. It's elegant. It's classy. It's got all the earmarkings of the likely winner. That's why I'm picking Sir David Lean. It's his first film in such a long time. I don't think they'll let him go by without honoring him.
I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
Again?
I think if you'd asked me last week, I would have said David Lean too, but now my instincts, not to mention the Directors Guild Award, which usually predicts the Oscar, well, my instincts say Milos Forman for Amadeus. And this scene shows why. Because the movie looks big. It looks opulent.
You are an ornament to our state.
Your Majesty.
Well, Herr Mozart, a good effort. Oh, well, decidedly that. An excellent effort. You have shown us something quite new tonight.
It is new.
It is, isn't it, sire?
Yes, indeed.
So, then you liked it. You really liked it, sire.
Well, of course I did. It's very good. Of course, now and then, just now and then, it seemed a touch,
What do you mean, sire?
well, I mean, occasionally it seems to have, oh, how should one say, how shall one say, Director?
Too many notes, Your Majesty.
Exactly. Very well put. Too many notes.
I don't understand. There are just as many notes, Majesty, as are required, neither more nor less.
But, my dear fellow, there are, in fact, only so many notes the ear can hear in the course of an evening.
I didn't think this movie was particularly well directed. I think the best directed movie of the year is The Killing Fields. But, you know, Hollywood almost awards these Oscars to best directors as if the directors were generals. The movie with the biggest logistics are the movies that are likely to get the best director Oscar. And Amadeus has the biggest logistics.
Oh, I think Passes to India. I agree with you. Roland Joffé should get it. But the more I see clips from Amadeus, the less I like it. It's not nearly as good as it was on the stage, but I'm picking Sir David Lean because of all the reasons you said. They fit into my category, my predictions.
I think it's going to be a close race. Well, now, on to the biggie, the best picture of the year. And it's kind of an odd year because none of these 5 movies really exploded at the box office. So the Motion Picture Academy and the movie-going public have gone their separate ways this year. Now, I think the best of the 5, as I've already said, is The Killing Fields, which tells the true story of 2 friends separated by the communist takeover of Cambodia. The other nominees are A Passage to India, David Lean's movie version of E.M. Forster's novel about the clash of cultures in India. Places in the Heart is an old-fashioned melodrama where a farm widow has to bring in the crop to save her farm. A Soldier's Story is a murder mystery set in a black army base during World War II. And finally, there's the movie I don't like, but I think is going to win. It's the story of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and his jealous rival Salieri. It's called, of course, Amadeus. And in this scene, Mozart shows his genius by whipping up an opera right off the top of his head.
Finished?
What?
The vaudeville, what do you think?
Yes.
Can I see it?
No.
Why not?
Because there's nothing to see.
Look, I asked you if we could start rehearsals next week, and you said yes.
Well, we can.
So let me see it. Where is it?
Here. It's all right here in my noodle. The rest is just scribbling. Scribbling and bibbling, bibbling and scribbling. Would you like a drink?
Look, you little cunt! Do you know how many people I've hired for you? Do you know how many people are waiting for you?
Leave him alone!
I'm paying these people. Do you realize that?
He's doing his best.
I'm paying these people
doing
to
his
wait
best.
for you. It's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous is her performance. You know, last year we set up 3...
terrible. She was awful.
Last year we set up 3 criteria for judging these movies. One is that it got a good critical reception, and this picture did. One is that it made a moderate amount of money.
Not too much.
Not too much money, but a moderate amount of money. Amadeus made more money than any other picture except Places in the Heart among the nominees. And the third was that it was a noble kind of movie. Amadeus qualifies on all 3 counts.
I would feel terrible if Amadeus won, and I disagree with you for that and for many other reasons, because I think The Killing Fields, as Neil said, was easily the best film of the year, and I suspect the Academy will nevertheless, however, honor A Passage to India, the noble, almost pious movie they so often love. It had critical momentum, a respectable audience, and, like Chariots of Fire and Gandhi, previous winners, projects a classy image for the industry.
Did you love your wife when you married her?
We never set eyes on each other until the day we were married.
Oh.
It was all arranged by our families. I only saw her face in a photograph.
What about love?
We were a man and a woman. And we were young.
Neil, I think if the overdone, overpraised Amadeus wins, there's no justice in the world. I hope The Killing Fields win. I'd love to award it myself. It was far and away the greatest picture of the year. But I think, again, that this picture, Passes to India, will win because it's almost a compromise. It's an elegant, noble, and ultimately a picture that won't stay with you 20 years from now. But that's the kind of year it was at the movie.
I don't think any of these movies fire much enthusiasm, but I think Amadeus has more of the pretense of seriousness, the pretense without really the seriousness. And for that reason, I think the Academy is going to give it the Best Picture Oscar.
Maybe we'll bet a dinner on the outcome. Well, now that we've covered the major categories, there's one more I find intriguing. A few of last year's 228 eligible films, if nothing else, were stunning to look at, filled as they were with imaginative visual effects. For instance, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom put us into a world of fanatical killers in a huge underground cave, bottomless infernos, and its climax was this thrilling roller coaster ride through that cave. 2010, another sequel, went not into the Earth, but thousands of miles above it, as spacemen tried to unlock some of the mysteries of the universe. The effects were so dazzling, I felt like I was a member of the crew. But neither film will win in this category, I suspect. No, I'm rooting for Ghostbusters, with its imaginative effects of flying demons, snarling beasts atop Manhattan skyscrapers, and spooky whatchamacallits hovering around New York.
Yeah, I can't imagine that the Academy isn't going to give Ghostbusters something as the most popular movie of the year. Well, back in the old days, the Best Animated Short Oscar was usually an opportunity for Walt Disney to pick up some hardware. Now we hardly even see animated movies anymore. It's very rare. And the nominees are usually these little curiosities. This year's nominees are Dr. DeSoto, about a mouse dentist who decides to treat a fox, even though he knows that the fox might eat him.
The fox had a rotten bicuspid and unusually bad breath. This tooth will have to come out, but we can make you a new one.
Just stop the pain.
Keep open, wide open.
Paradise is a perfect Hollywood cartoon, since it's about an ordinary bird who dresses up in fancy plumage, showing off just like a Hollywood producer. My favorite is called Charade. It's a dry little English cartoon about charades.
And TV series.
Yeah.
Dial M for murder.
American Gigolo.
Oh, I
Local
saw
hero.
this one.
I saw it last
Muscle
week.
Beach Party.
Rocky.
The big guy.
Magnum Force.
What's the name of that
Lightning.
movie, man? Bullet.
Shot in the dark.
Well, the man who shot Liberty Valance. He shot Liberty Valance.
The Birdman of Alcatraz.
Airplane.
Flying down to Rio.
Tip of my tongue.
The fly.
One flew over the cuckoo's
I
nest.
know it.
Oh, I know
Flying
it.
leatherneck.
Oh, another second. I would have had that.
You're beginning to get on my nerves. Oh!
Not very British of him.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Superman.
Good grief.
Idle wait, it sounds like an audience of film critics. Neil, I think the night after the Oscars, you'll be picking up the tab at dinner. We shall see.
Amadeus is going to win 7 or 8.
Well, we'll see. Next time, we'll have another special sneak previews. We'll have the happy task of showing you some of the greatest and most hilarious moments from the career of the funniest filmmaker of our time, Woody Allen. We'll see scenes from Take the Money and Run, early Woody Allen, through his Oscar-winning Annie Hall, to his brand new movie, The Purple Rose.